Hello and good morning, everyone. It is Donna Gray here, your Stamping Up demonstrator from the scenic rim in Queensland, coming to you live from my craft room on Monday, the 12th of August, 2024. It is super, super wet here this morning. So we have had some heavy showers of rain this morning. Now, they're saying that we're going to get floods. So, I don't know. It just feels like a wet day to me. But we will see. We will see what the weather brings. What's the weather like where you are? So, good morning. I can see quite a few of you have jumped on already. Hello, Carol has been waiting here for a while. Suzanne, welcome. Color Me Crazy Cards. Hey, Lorraine, welcome. Leslie, good morning. Kerry, good morning. Sheila, lovely to see you. So, I had a pretty productive weekend. What did you do on the weekend? I had a cleaning spree. Now, I'm a bit out of whack as far as what's behind me here because I need to move my Calyx unit over that way a little bit more. And that's going to be a huge, big job because I've got to pull everything out of that unit and then move it along and then put everything back in it again. So I did think about it last night, but it was 10:30 at night. And I thought, I don't need to start doing that job when I have to go live in the morning. I thought I'll have a huge mess everywhere and that will not work. And the reason why I have to move that Calyx unit is I took away a chest of drawers that was there to put out in my craft studio. Once we put all the framework up for the lining in my craft studio and we did all the electrical work, I then didn't want to hang a Calyx unit that I had out there back on the wall, only to take it back off the wall again when we go to line it. So I decided that I would take two sets of my drawers and sit my Calyx unit on top of the two chests of drawers out in my craft studio. So hence why I have a gaping big gap there in the background. So I feel like if I can move my Calyx unit over, well, that way in the video, I feel like it will even the room up a little bit. I'm feeling a bit lopsided at the moment. I'm feeling like everything's all over here and not over there. But anyway, so welcome everybody. Lovely to see you all jumping on. I can see quite a few now have jumped on. A couple of things I just wanted to quickly chat about. I have the brand new catalogs in my hand. So if you are wanting a catalog, if you are not already working with a demonstrator, or you are someone that purchases from me and would like a catalog sent out, please make sure you scan that QR code and put your details onto my mailing list. So because the catalogs actually cost me to send out, I am only sending to the people that actually request a catalog off me. So even though you may be a customer of mine, please make sure you scan that QR code and fill in the form so I have up-to-date records on what your address is to be able to send you out a catalog free of charge. So this is our brand new mini catalog that is starting in September. It will run from September right through until December this year. So it's normally commonly known as our holiday catalog. And I'm crafting with a brand new set of products out of that catalog this morning. Now, you may say, why are you showing these products when we can't get them right now? Well, you can actually get them right now. And the way you can get them is to actually join my Wild Heart Crafters team and enjoy a 20% discount by purchasing the starter kit. So any of these products that I'm showing out of this brand new catalog, we as demonstrators are allowed to purchase them right now. Now, you may not want to join to run it as a business, but you can actually join just to be a discount shopper. So when you join Stampin' Up, it allows you to be able to purchase from these brand new products 1 month earlier than when it goes live to customers. So that means that you're guaranteed to get your products more than if you wait until the catalog goes live and something sells out. So it is a great time to join, and you get to choose $235 worth of product, and it only costs you $169. So if you are interested in joining with me, then please feel free. I will pop a QR code up there in that corner up there up there. There's a QR code there, but there is also a link in my show more box down below on YouTube, and it's also in the description of this video to join my team. So you choose $235 worth of product, you only pay $169. It gets delivered to your door freight free, and you then get to be able to purchase anything after you've purchased that starter kit with a 20% discount straight away, guaranteed until at least what have we got? At least January next year. Okay, so it's a great time to join, and I can tell you, you won't be disappointed to pop some of these Christmas crafting products in your kit. Daryl said he damaged his credit card out of the mini catalog because I'm telling you, there's some gorgeous stuff in the mini catalog. Good morning, Janice. Lovely to see you. Robin, welcome. Katrina, welcome. Lovely to see you. Good morning, Daryl. Okay, so a few other things that I wanted to let you know. You can redeem your $9 coupons. If you earned $9 coupons in July, then now is the time to redeem them. You've got until the 30th of August. So make sure you get in and you redeem those $9 coupons on any of your orders that you may place. So good morning, Christine. Lorraine saying it was hard to stop, wasn't it, Daryl? I know the feeling. Good morning, Laurie. Lovely to see you. All right. The only other thing that I wanted to say as well is for you to please feel free to like, comment, and share on this video, because that helps me get my videos out and shown to more people. So please feel free at any time to like my video, comment on my video, and share my video on your social media. So I am excited to be crafting this morning with the Peaceful Evergreens stamp set. And I'm also going to use the Peaceful Season as well to be able to use the sentiments in it to create a gorgeous, fun card for you this morning. All right, so let's get to crafting. Now, I do want to tell you, I am actually using our Very Vanilla thick cardstock. And I know that you can't buy the thick cardstock anymore. So please, I apologize ahead of time, but I had some thick cardstock on hand, so I decided that I would use it. I'm thinking that you may be able to buy our 12 by 12 Very Vanilla. I'm not sure. If someone can actually confirm, I don't have the 12 by 12 on hand, but can someone confirm whether the 12 by 12 is a thicker cardstock to what our regular Very Vanilla? Because the regular Very Vanilla, you get more sheets in a pack, and it's thinner. It's like our basic white. It's thinner. So I am actually using Very Vanilla Thick because I have a few packs of it on hand, and I thought, why not use it up? So I'm actually going to use it as my card base. I'm also going to use a combination of Old Olive, and I've got Real Red out here as well. And I'm going to do a little bit of embossing with this gorgeous embossing folder as well. All right, so let's get to crafting with this gorgeous product. So now the Peaceful Evergreens and the Peaceful, sorry about that glare on my lights there. The Peaceful Season and the Peaceful Evergreens is a big product suite that's in the brand new catalog. So the whole entire suite is a larger suite, but the reason why it's a larger suite is because it has 2 bundles in it. It has 2 stamps and die bundles included in the suite. But it's got some gorgeous paper, some gorgeous ribbon. It is absolutely a stunning suite. So I decided that why not start off with some of this brand new product and do a beautiful Christmas card for you. I know you're probably thinking it's way too early for Christmas, but you know, if you've got a lot of Christmas crafting to do and a lot of cards to make, it's really a good time to start right now to get those Christmas crafting projects underway. All right. So first of all, I'm going to cut my Very Vanilla Thick. And disclaimer, once again, you cannot buy Very Vanilla Thick anymore. It has been discontinued. So if anyone else does know whether the 12 by 12 Very Vanilla is a thicker cardstock, please type it into the comments and let me know. All right, so I've I've created a card base using that Very Vanilla. You can use Very Vanilla regular cardstock, but it will be a little bit flimsy. If you layer it up quite a bit, you won't have a drama if you actually add some layers. All right, so I'm just going to fold that in half and burnish it with my bone folder. Now, the reason why I burnish with the bone folder, I don't ever score my cards, my card bases, because I like to be able to fold it. Denise says it's never too early to start Christmas crafting. Exactly. So I don't ever score my card bases because I always like to be able to fold them so that I get a nice, neat fold. On the Canadian Stampin' Up website, the 12 by 12 Very Vanilla is not marked as thick. It may not be marked as thick card crazed, but it may be the regular weight of our regular cardstock. And if it is the regular weight of our cardstock, it's thicker than our Very Vanilla and our regular basic white. So so that's all I'm saying is if it is the weight of our colored cardstock, then it will be thicker than normal. Okay, so I've got that. The next thing what I wanted to do is I want to cut a layer from my Old Olive, and Old Olive is a great Christmas color. I always tend to, if there's a green that I'm going to go to for Christmas, it normally is Old Olive. And that reason being, it's nice green for foliage, but it's actually put it this way, it's not garden green, because you all know how I feel about garden green. So that's probably the one big bonus, is that it's not garden green. So garden green, if you're new to my channel, garden green is physically not one of my favorites, that is for sure. And it's only because I don't know why. To me, and please don't quote me on this, but to me, I just feel like it's oh, sorry, I've hang on. Am I doing the right thing? No, I am doing the right thing. I was putting myself down in the corner. I was thinking, oh my God, I'm changing to the FaceTime camera. So garden green to me, I don't know why. I mean, people love it for Christmas crafting. I have never liked it. That and pumpkin pie. Two colors I've never liked with Stampin' Up. And it's just personal choice, really. So there's nothing wrong with them. I just don't like them. As simple as that. All right. So I feel like I want to emboss this this way. Okay, so this embossing folder, it can go either way. I could do a landscape card and have it going this way, or I could do a portrait card, which I am going to do a portrait card and go this way. Okay, so so that's the way that I want to go. Now, do I want to have the large Christmas tree, the large tree over this side and then the small tree, or do I want to go the other way and have the large tree on this side and the small tree on the left? So let me know. Large tree on the left or small tree on the left. So just type large or small. Do you like to eat pumpkin pie? Well, I haven't ever had a pumpkin pie, Denise. So that is one thing that I've never ever had, is a pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin. So I'm a pumpkin eater. I absolutely love pumpkin. I just don't like the color pumpkin pie. Simple as that. So it's nothing to do with pumpkin itself, because I do like pumpkin, but the old pumpkin pie colored cardstock is not my favorite. Okay, so I've got large on the left, large on the left. I've got 3 for large on the left. I've got 2 small for small on the left. You'll make one for Thursday and bring it? I would love to try one, Denise. I really would. I would love it. So we've got, okay, so we've got more for small. Have we? We've got large, small, large, small, small. Okay, so we've got more for small. We've got 1, 2, 3 for small. We've got more for large now. We just got it large on the left. Okay, so we're going to do it this way. Okay, so this is really important when you go to emboss your piece of cardstock, is where you want your trees to be. 12 by 12 is listed as heavyweight cardstock. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you. Suzanne says it's heavyweight. Thank you very much. Okay, so if you want to use Very Vanilla as your card bases, you need to buy 12 by 12. Okay, now this is a 3D embossing folder. So because it's a 3D embossing folder, we are going to use our base plate number 1. We are going to use our embossing folder with our cardstock in it. And then we're going to use our number 4 plate over the top. Now, I really need to tell, this amazes me that when people are using embossing folders, that they forget to put the plate on top, that they think, okay, I need the number 1 plate, I need the number 4 plate, and I've got my embossing folder. Yep, everything's good. I'll throw that through the cut and emboss machine. Now, if you do that and you don't have your plate on top of your embossing folder, you will actually ruin your embossing folder. And the reason being, the pressure will curl up your embossing folder and it will open it up like a duck's bill. And I can honestly tell you, I have so many times that I go to retreat and this happens with an embossing folder that I take, or I have classes and it happens with an embossing folder. You must always, always, always have something to protect the top of your embossing folder with, and you must never ever wind it through coming back the other way. Okay, so you always need to wind it going with your fold, going through the embossing machine with your plate on top, going through the embossing machine, and you only wind it through, you never wind it back through. And the reason why you never wind it back through is you've got a chance of cracking your embossing folder along that fold. So please, please, if you take away one thing from today, take away how you actually use an embossing folder and how you make sure that you have the plate on top. Sorry, that was really loud, dropping those down there. The floor was a little bit too far away from me. All right, so we have this gorgeous embossed layer. So isn't that a stunning embossing folder? You're not very late, Susan. I've only just started. I started at 9 a.m., so you're not late. So it's all good. Hey, Carla from Pennsylvania in USA. Welcome. All right. So as you can see, we've got that gorgeous embossed look. So we've got our layer for on top that is embossed. And I apologize for all this greasy look on my glass mat this morning. I did a little bit of maintenance on my trimmer and sprayed it with WD-40, and I've cleaned my glass mat I don't know how many times. I need to really get in and get some metho and clean off that oil off my glass mat. Okay, so I have that embossed layer ready to go. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to stamp some of one of these gorgeous trees. So I think I might go the large. Let me see what the large tree is going to look like on there. I think I'm going to go the large tree. Yep, I think I'm definitely going to go the large tree. So I'm probably going to stamp that on the remainder of my Very Vanilla cardstock. I want to create a layer for the inside, and you're probably thinking, why would you want to create a layer for the inside when your card base is Very Vanilla anyway? It is just what I do. I like to have another layer on the inside. It's just what I do. All right, so we're going to do that. Then with this piece that we have left over here, I'm going to stamp that tree. So I'm going to bring out my old olive ink. Let's mount that up onto a block. And I'm assuming it will fit on one of these. Just, let me see if I angle it a little bit. It might be better. Just fits on one of those blocks. It probably could fit on, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to fit it on this block. Okay. So mental note, it will fit on block E perfectly. The other one's just a little bit too narrow for that tree to be able to fit on. All right, so I'm going to take, well, I was going to take my old, there it is. I was going to take my old olive ink if I can find it. All right, and we're going to stamp this tree in old olive. Now, the beauty of these stamps is that the detail is all in the stamp. The shading is all in the stamp. Everything is in the stamp, ready to go. So let's stamp that down on our piece of cardstock. And look at that. We have a gorgeous old olive tree with lots and lots of different colors in there. All right, so now we have a die that's going to match that tree. So we're able to cut out the tree. Oops, wrong set of dies. Let's grab this set, and I just lost my real red on the ground. Okay, so we have a die that's going to be able to cut out that tree, which is this large one. So we will use that. And that's going to cut out that tree nicely. Okay, so just like that. So let's grab our cut and emboss machine again, and we will run those through. Now, I was going to say, I see I have all my layers for the cut and emboss, but do I have the top plate? And I do. It's over there on my bench. Okay. Now, if you are someone that worries about whether your die is going to move as you run it through the cut and emboss, then you can typically use some washi tape to hold it in place. But if you do, I'll use some washi tape this morning. If you do use washi tape, just remember that where you have stamped that image, let's see if I can find the end of the washi tape, where you have stamped that image, the cardstock will be softened a little bit. So beware of where you stick. I always like to possibly stick the washi tape on my hands and get a bit of like your body oil on them to take this total stickiness off them, so they're not too sticky, because they can pull up your stamped image. They can pull up your cardstock, so you don't want that to happen. So just pop a little bit of washi on there to hold that in place. And then I will grab my plate, which there it is. I was going to say, I just seen it on my desk, hiding under a bit of paper. I can just see the edge of it sticking out. All right, so we're going to wind that through and cut out that gorgeous tree. Okay. So as I said, when you're taking off that washi, make sure that you don't pull that tree. I'll pop that back into, I'll put them on there. So if I need them, I've got them. And I'll pop that back into my kit. All right. So we have a gorgeous tree cut out of our Very Vanilla. Now, I think I want to add a little bit more oomph to this tree. So I think I'm going to grab a blending brush, and I'm going to just, with a blending brush, I'm just going to blend the outside edges of that tree, just to take that Very Vanilla look off it, but just to give it a little bit more highlight. So just with a blending brush and your old olive around the edges. Okay, so it gives it a little bit more color. Now I'm going to clean off my glass mat with my chamois. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to move the ink around a little bit on this tree with my Wink of Stella. So let's grab that. And I'm just going to color with the Wink of Stella, but it will move the ink a little bit on that tree. Okay, so it's going to give shimmer and shine. It's also going to blend out that ink a little bit on the tree, but turn it into a beautiful glittery tree. Okay. Now, there you go. Look how glittery and shimmery that gorgeous tree is. Okay, so hello and welcome to everyone. Can you explain what I did to the trimmer, Sheila? Okay, we will back up a little bit. So Sheila wants to know what I did with my trimmer. So the reason, I'll just pop that in there and we'll pop that aside. The reason that I needed to do a little bit of maintenance on my trimmer was when I came to use my trimmer this morning, when I went to use the blade, it was not sliding well at all. Okay, and now it's sliding really well. You can see I can hardly even touch that, and it's sliding really well. So what I actually do is, first of all, I got some metho and I cleaned all the underside, all in the grooves of the arm that goes along the trimmer. I cleaned all of the platform of the trimmer, and I also cleaned in this groove here as well. So the way that I clean in that groove is I take something like, say, you take your pick tool or a pin, and I run the take your pick tool down that groove. You will find that there will be all dusty paper particles in your trimmer from cutting. It's just fibers from your cardstock all the time. So I ran that down through. You can also, if you don't have something like that, you can also grab just a piece of cardstock and just run your cardstock down that way. Now you will see, it's probably a little bit hard to see, but there's oil that is on that cardstock because I then sprayed all of my paper trimmer with the handy dandy WD-40. Now, if you don't know what WD-40 is, this is my tin of WD-40. It's always out in my lawn locker. But I brought it in this morning and I sprayed all the platform, I sprayed all underneath that arm, I sprayed all the top arm, and I also sprayed my blades as well. Okay. And then what I did while it was still oily, I ran them backwards and forwards until they got to slide really, really well. And then I've just wiped off all the excess. So of course, because I did this on my glass mat, some of the oil has sprayed over my glass mat. Hence why my glass mat is a little bit greasy at the moment, is because I've done that. But then once you have sprayed with a WD-40, you just get a paper towel and just wipe off all the excess. So get in all the grooves, wipe off all the excess. Even with a paper towel, you can push a paper towel on that groove and just take your pick tool and run the paper towel down through that groove, or just with cardstock, run that cardstock down through the groove. But it just helps your blades slide a lot easier on your paper trimmer, and it makes your paper trimmer work. Every now and then, we just need to do that. I've been cutting this paper trimmer. I've been cutting sublimation paper. So sublimation paper has like a little bit of a coating on it, doing my sublimation tumblers that I've been doing. And so because of that reason, when I've been cutting the edges of the sublimation paper to trim the patterns right down, I got a dusty build-up residue from that paper. So I needed to clean it because it was not working real well. So hopefully that explains how you do a little bit of maintenance on your paper trimmer. Yes, yes, everyone needs to do it. I mean, depending on how often you use your paper trimmer, every couple of months, maybe, just give it a bit of an overhaul. Just give it a bit of a maintenance job. So yeah, it helps get your paper trimmer to work properly for you. Okay. All right. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to stamp a sentiment to go on here. So we've got our gorgeous tree. I want to stamp a sentiment to go on here, and I love this Christmas stamp. So I think what we might do is, I mean, what goes better with Christmas crafting than gold embossing? I mean, honestly, we have to emboss if we're going to do Christmas crafting. So I've got a piece of Real Red. I'm using my embossing buddy. Now, this embossing buddy you can get from when you purchase our basic essentials embossing kit. Okay. And it's really handy to have because you need to get any fingerprints off your cardstock or anything that might make that embossing powder stick to it. Now I need to find, here's my Versamark. Hopefully that's a good one. Yep. And let's mount up this Christmas stamp. Now, this stamp has not been used before, so sometimes we have a little bit of a residue on our stamp from when the stamp is actually made at the factory. So you can rub them on your hands, rub them on your clothes, I like to do a little bit of a smooshing technique on a scrap piece of paper, but at the moment, I think I'm just going to rub it on my clothes, and let's hope for the best that this stamp's really nice. So with Versamark, I like to, oops, and I need to clean that off. Can everyone see that? From rubbing it on my jeans, there's all this denim furry fluff. So let's clean that stamp before we go any further. When I just looked and went to stamp it in the Versamark, I was like, ooh, there is denim fur on there. Okay, so let's clean off that stamp. That was not a good start. Make sure I haven't got any fuzzies on there. That's much better. Okay. Zena, you say that each time. Always come to YouTube. It's much better over here on YouTube. All right, so we have our Christmas stamp, and I'm just going to stamp that down. Oh, lovely. And I already have some gold embossing in here. So let's see if I've got enough to go over here. I will. Whoa. My computer did an update and it just made some really funny, weird noise. Not quite sure why, but anyway. So we've got our Christmas with our gold embossing powder on there. So I'm just going to grab the heat tool. And of course, I don't think I have the heat tool plugged in. So bear with me while I plug my heat tool in. Okay, let's just go there. Okay. Now, this is personal choice how you heat. I like to heat from underneath my embossing. And the reason being that when you heat cardstock, it actually curls from the heat. And if you heat from the top, it curls up. If you heat from the bottom, it curls down and under. So that's the reason why I always heat from underneath. Plus, it stops your embossing powder from flying away anywhere. Now, look, you can never, ever get tired of seeing the wonder of embossing happening. Look how awesome that looks. So there you go. Christmas is gorgeous and gold. Beautiful. I can honestly tell you, there's never a time that I think that we can't do gold embossing when it comes to Christmas crafting. All right, so of course we have that all pretty. Now I think I'm going to take my handy dandy little baby trimmer and we will trim that. I don't know how straight I am. Am I going to ruin this? That looks kind of straight. Does it? No. Okay, so we need to go a little bit further this way. Oh, and I nearly got the C. That's good. Okay, so let's do that, and then let's trim it this way as well. We'll go over there as far as there. Actually, we'll go a bit further. I don't want to cut the top of the C off. That's better. Okay, look at that. Christmas. All right. And I'm just going to cut the ends off there. And there. Okay, so we have our word Christmas. Now, also, I want to stamp something else to add to this. So what else have we got in this? Christmas. A season of wonder and happiness. Or we could say Christmas is in the air. Christmas No, I think I'm going to do is in the air. Okay, so we might use another different color. Let's use a little bit of Mossy Meadow. And the reason why I want to use a little bit of Mossy Meadow, just to add a little bit more tone on here. Christmas. Where are we? Is in the air. There it is. That one. And I think we may do some white embossing on this one. Why not? While we've got the heat gun out, why not? We've got 90 people watching. Everyone share the video and let's see if we can get to 100 people live, watching live. Wouldn't that be fun to actually reach that 100 mark? All right, so I'm going to emboss. So if you are loving what I'm doing, share it with your friends. Grab that share link and let your friends know that we are live and we are having fun. All right. So love is in the air. So let's just try and stamp that. Sorry, my head's probably in the way, but I needed to try and get that right down to the bottom of there. Okay. Love is in the air. Now I'm just going to grab my white embossing for that. Is this my white? It is. And I'm just going to use a scrap piece of paper because I don't want to mix my white in my Embossing Editions toolkit with my gold. So I'm just going to use a little scrap piece of paper to collect my white. We'll go again. Okay, so you can see there, we've got the white on there. And the reason why I don't want to do it, can you see all the flecks in my white? And that's from using the same Embossing Editions tray. So I've actually bought an extra one. So I'm going to keep one just for my white so that it doesn't contaminate my white. And it's just because sometimes little particles stay in that tray and they end up contaminating your white. So let's emboss this. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing from Tamworth. Welcome. Okay, so love is in the air. Okay, there we have it. Now, can you see all those white flecks that are above there? Because I didn't brush them off, they're going to stay on there. So you really need to make sure you clean it. It doesn't bother me because I'm going to cut it down really thin and fine, and I'm probably going to cut all that off anyway. I would, but all mine are in bed like most sensible people are. Well, they probably should be too, Zena. Exactly. Although I must admit, I've been a little bit of a night owl lately, and hence why I'm jumping on later of a morning, because I'm I'm staying up late. I mean, like, I was mopping floors at 10:30 last night. Like, who does that? And I need to tell you, guess what? I bought myself a new pair of scissors. Look at that. Donna has a new pair of snips. I'm going to use the old pair on the cardstock though. Okay, so that was Mossy Meadow cardstock that I've used. Okay, and you'll see here that it's just going to add that little bit of contrast. Okay. Now, this design is actually a design that is cased out of the catalogue. So when you are struggling for inspiration, I always say, go to the catalogue, check out in the catalogue what is available. Now, they do have a strip of this awesome paper in behind. So let me see where I've put my awesome paper. There it is. And I am going to do this because this paper is stunning. Okay, so this paper is called Season of Elegance. And this is my favorite out of the whole entire catalogue. I'm going to show you this again. I did show everyone in my unboxing, but I want to show everyone again this gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So we have Pretty Peacock is one of the colors. Pretty Peacock. Of course, we have Old Olive and Mossy Meadow, and that's the piece that I'm actually going to use. Oh, no, I might use the Cherry Cobbler one. Okay, so we've got Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. We've got Cherry Cobbler and Real Red. Okay, we've got Basic Beige and Gold. And of course, we have another Old Olive and Mossy Meadow, and another Basic Gold. Well, one of them is supposed to be grey granite, I think. Yeah, it says one of them grey granite, and some is Lost Lagoon, but I can't see that in there. But anyway, all right. I think do I want to use the Real Red? They do have other sides to them too. Sorry, I showed you all the blingy side, but I didn't show you the other side. So they do have other sides to them as well. Okay, so without the gold on them. It is gorgeous, DSP Gina. It totally is. Totally is. Totally. All right. I think I'm going to use this one here, the Old Olive and the Mossy Meadow. Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a little strip of this to go in behind. So probably about a 1-inch strip. A 1-inch strip, and I'm probably going to cut it at about 4 inches. Let me see what this sentiment is. Yeah, I think 4 inches will be good. Okay, so let's do 4 inches. Okay. All right, so we have this card coming together like so. We have our embossed layer. We have our gorgeous tree. I want to slip this bit in underneath like so. I want to cut the edges on it. We are going to go Christmas is in the air. And of course, you all know me. We need some bling, right? Of course we need some bling. We need some ribbon. We need some bling. All right. Now, I think what I want to do with that designer series paper, I want to angle just the ends of it just to create a little bit of difference. So then it makes this sentiment look more square. So let's just angle that just a little bit like that and like that. Okay, so that's just going to angle that a little bit just to take that look of it being really square in behind that sentiment, so it's a little bit different. Okay, now of course we have some ribbon that we need, so I think I'm going to do like a Z shape, and I think I'm going to do that underneath all of it. Do I want to do it underneath all of it? It looks like in their thing they've got it under all of it, but I think I'm going to do it under the tree. All right, so I'm going to adhere this one onto that layer. I'm just going to use Seal Plus because I'm just going to be able to layer that right there like that across there. Oh, and down comes the rain again. All right, so now I'm actually going to add a little bit of Seal Plus there, and I'm going to do a zigzag of ribbon that's going to go in underneath the tree. Now I'm using the gold and silver ribbon combo, and this is a gorgeous ribbon combo, and I think it is super special for Christmas time. Now, let me see if that's going to sit where I need it to sit. No, I need it to go more of an angle. So let's go this way more and a bit bigger. Oop. And like that. Okay, now I think that's going to look much better in underneath our tree. And then, of course, our sentiment's going to sit on top. Yep, I think that's fantastic. All right, so let's trim that bit of ribbon off. Wow, down comes the rain. And I could have used my new scissors. I forgot everyone to use my new scissors. Anyway, I'm going to now pop that tree up on dimensionals. Zen is saying that she's a nightmare. I need to sleep, but I don't till late. Then I wonder why I don't want to wake up great early or have a nana nap in the afternoon. I know. But, you know, Zena, I think it's a part, like, I've never been a night person. Never have I been a night owl. I've always gone to bed early. And I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's because I live on my own these days or whether it is just a sign of me getting older. Wow. Have I put enough dimensionals on the back of that tree? I was like, oh, it needs a bit there. Oh, it needs a bit there. But I tend to find that I'm staying awake a lot later. But, yeah, then the rain's not there yet, Leslie. It's coming. It's coming. It's on its way. Leslie lives like probably about 15, 20 minutes away from me. And, yeah, she's saying that the rain hasn't hit there yet. All right, so we're going to pop that tree just there over the top of that gorgeous ribbon. And because it's on dimensionals, it's going to sit down nicely over the top of that ribbon. Okay. Our sentiment here, we are going to, I want to bring it down a little bit so that we can see that gorgeous designer series paper in behind. So I'm going to add dimensionals on this side, but I'm going to add liquid glue on that side because it's going to sit up on the tree. So we want it to stay the same level as the tree. Wow, I don't know whether you can hear that rain, but it's really loud. Okay, so I'm going to add some liquid glue on that side. And then, of course, we're going to line that up and just have a little bit of that gorgeous designer series paper poking out through the top. And then, of course, in the air, we're going to need some little mini dimensionals for that one because we'll pop it up as well. And I'm assuming that we will need to pop it up and then put some liquid glue on that side because it's going to sit across our tree as well. You can hear it, Zena? Yeah, it's loud. Maybe we are going to get a flood. I don't know. They've got us all on flood watch and it's hardly rained, but maybe there's lots coming that we don't know. I hope it doesn't flood. I've got to go to Toowoomba next week. Need to be able to get there. Okay. Although maybe if it's going to flood, it might be over and done with by then. We will see. All right. So that is looking quite pretty. What do you think? It rained overnight there where you are, Suzanne? Yeah. Lovely and sunny in Melbourne, Sue. Well, welcome. That is lovely for you guys down there. Beautiful and sunny and 32 where you are, Gina. Well, we're getting all the rain. It's all here. All right. Now, you know me. I mean, I can't just lay that flat on there. I'm going to pop it up because I can. All right. Okay, so let's pop that layer up on top of our card base. Now, dimensionals are a great thing. I don't think I ever make a card without dimensionals. Now, they're $7.50 for a pack of 300. And I am telling you, I use them on every single card that I do. Adding dimension to your projects just takes your card making to a whole new level. I know that when it comes to posting, you're going to pay extra, but you know, when it comes to posting, I guarantee that I'm going to have to pay extra anyway because of the amount of layers that I put on a card anyway. So why not pay the extra and have some dimension in your card as well? Your mum had family in Toowoomba, Sheila? Yeah. Well, Toowoomba is about 2.5 hours away from me here, so I will be staying up there. Okay, so I stand up to get that nice and even on my card. So there you go, we have that. Now, of course, we need to do something for the insert. So I always like to bring a little bit of the front of the card to the inside of the card. So I think I will grab a smaller tree. Let's mount up. Actually, you know what? There's some cute little trees here. So let's mount up this stamp because that's a cute little set of trees. So we'll mount that one up. Oh, the rain stopped. Now, I'm not going to rub it. I'm not going to rub it on my jeans because obviously my jeans will make that stamp a little bit crazy. All right, so let's ink it up with our old olive, and I'm just going to stamp those trees just down there on the bottom of the card. So that's super cute. And then I think I'm going to do a lovely sentiment. So Christmas is in the air. Thinking of you with warm feelings and a wish for all the merriest. Wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirits. Hoping this season is bright and beautiful. Let's do that. Hoping this season is bright and beautiful. Is that it? Yep, that one there. So as I said, these two bundles go together. And the only way that you can purchase these bundles right now is in a starter kit. So if you purchase the starter kit, you can then enjoy a 20% discount on all of your orders after you purchase the starter kit. But even in the starter kit, you get $235 worth of product and you only pay $169. So it's a great time to, if you're a Christmas crafter and you want to get your products and you know you're going to spend a lot of money, then I can tell you joining is the best way to go. All right, so we're going to do that. And that one was stamped in real red. Let me get rid of that ink pad so I don't get that all over me. All right, so let's adhere that to the inside of the card. Pop that on the inside. So you can see just putting that insert on the inside just makes your card look a little bit classier rather than just having it stamped directly on the inside. And what happens if you muck up what you stamp on the inside? Then your card base is already mucked up. Where at least if you do a layer, if you muck up, you can turn the layer over, you can stamp on the back. But I just think it just gives it a little bit more of a classy look by putting that same colored layer on the inside. So now, of course, we need some bling. And I'm just going to revert back to my good old rhinestones because I always think that rhinestones are a great staple in your craft room. And especially if you're making multiple cards for Christmas crafting, it's always nice to be able to to be able to, I was going to say I could color them too if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. All right, so you can see there a little bit of bling. And, of course, to totally finish it off, you all know me. Now, is this the one I filled up? I don't think it is. Oh, it is. Yes, it is. A little bit of bling and a little bit of bling. Just takes that to that perfect new level. Look at that. So we've got glitter on the tree. We've also got glitter by doing that spritzing with your Wink of Stella. Bling, says Sheila. Bling. And there you have it. So that is using the gorgeous Peaceful Season. So that is the sentiment stamp set, Peaceful Season. And then we also used the Peaceful Evergreens as well. So hopefully you enjoyed that crafty session this morning. Now I will not be live early tomorrow morning. It will probably be mid-morning tomorrow. I will be live, but I will pop an event up. I just have to do a bit of business training, and then I also have to take a friend of mine to drop her car off to get her car at the mechanics, and then I'll come home and jump on. So it could be maybe around 10 a.m. in the morning that I'll be live. So Zena, for you, that will be really late. You should be definitely sleeping. You may want to catch the replay. But yeah, of course, busy times tomorrow morning. So, but I will be on tomorrow, definitely for sure. And I will be bringing you some more crafting using some of these gorgeous brand new products in our mini catalog. So as I said, if you are not currently working with a demonstrator and you would like to get a catalog sent out to you, then you can scan that QR code and that will actually take you straight through to fill in a form to get on my mailing list, and I would be more than happy to pop a catalog in the post for you. So I thank you very much. I'm glad you all enjoyed the card. So it is super cute. I mean, like really, like, hang on, I need to get rid of, there's two of me. No one needs to see two of me. I won't bet on it. So how much later, roughly? Okay, so this morning I would be going live like right about now. Okay, so it's nearly 10 a.m. here this morning right now. So 9:54 here at the moment, Zena. So it would be right about now. So, and I will be on for probably about an hour. So you might get it in before your appointment, Sheila. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share with my video. Facebook and YouTube, love it when you do that. If you're watching the replay, please make sure if you have any questions, pop it in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. I always go back and answer people's comments on my replay on YouTube. So thank you everyone for hanging